Hi guys, welcome to UX1. Today we're answering the question, what's the difference between user research and usability testing? It's a really common question. Now, user research is done at the beginning of discovering the problem. What is the problem? What are the pain points? What's the friction? What are the things that users are not happy with? So the satisfaction rate is low or they're frustrated with. That's the user testing. That's the first thing we do, i.e. the discovery. Now, the thing about user research is it can be done at any phase. So when you join a company or a new job or a new contract in user research or UX design, what you're going to realize is you might be in the middle of a project. So you might not necessarily join at the end or the beginning, it could be the middle, it could be any phase. And so you don't know where you're going to start the user research. Now, when you start the user research, you want to discover what are the problems people are having. That is UXR from the beginning. Now, what's the difference between that and usability testing? Usability testing is testing the beta or the minimum viable product, i.e. the solution that you created with the design team. Now, what's the difference is that usability testing is testing what you've made, and it could be before it's gone live or after it's gone live. And that testing and those questions are different to user research in the beginning. How are they different? Usability testing, you want metrics. You want the KPIs, the key performance indicators. What was the time on task? How long did it take them to complete the task? What is the satisfaction rate? The net promoter score. Would they promote this to others? Would they sell your product to others? Will they say this is really good? And what is the score for the net promoter? So these analytics that we use them in usability testing. So we want to know how successful was the project. So user research discovers it, then you ideate, you prototype, you create it, you launch it, and the usability testing at the end actually delivers on finding out, hearing the voice. And also the difference is that you're going to keep the usability loop open. What does that mean? So as you're testing with the users, your ears and eyes are all open to listen to what they said. You know what? I used your new website. I used your new homepage. I used your new checkout process. And I just noticed a bug. I just noticed a glitch. I just noticed an error, or something wasn't working how the user expected it to. So that is why you keep the usability loop open, the feedback loop open, and that's the usability feedback that we gather that's different to the beginning process of user research. So that's the two differences between the two. You have to do both as a user experience researcher and a UX designer. So you need to be able to do both, and they are slightly different. The questions are different as well. Now, in the discovery phase, you're asking a lot of whys. Why do you want to see this problem solved? What would it mean to you? Whereas usability testing, what you're going to see is it's more about how did they go through the process? How did they use the checkout? How did they use the website? How long did it take them? And what was the cause of any problems that they had? And how can you do that? You can give your users a diary, literally, it could be a paper diary or online. You can ask them to log down over a week or 2 weeks or a month what the user experience was with your new finished product or your improved iterated product. So diary studies are really useful. Also, interviews with those users before and after, and you can compare the difference in what was improved, and that's part of your report writing, because you can show how you added value, how did it improve. So there's those stats. If you remember, if you ever look at a UX portfolio, you'll see metrics of how your UX design product improvements or your research improved the product. So you can say 44% of users were more satisfied with the product. You could say it took them 30 seconds less time to complete the checkout. So those analytics, that data is what you're going to gather from the user research and the usability testing, and you put those two together and you get the end solution to solving that problem. So you can't do one without the other. You need both to create great solutions for users. Now, once you've created that solution and you've done the testing, you've got your stats, you've got your report, that report now becomes archived. So the next user researcher, the next UX designer, or it might be you running the next stories or the next epics, i.e. the next part of the improvement. Because don't forget, websites, apps, software are living things. They constantly need improvement. And as they constantly need improvement, that means you've got a secure job for a very long time. Because this is the good thing about UX design. The career is secure because you always need improvements. So anyway, back to what we were saying. Once you have that archived report, that becomes almost like a historic document for that service or that product. And people will go back to read it. And then you're going to add on that with the next process. So you can start again with a new problem, go through the user research, and go through the whole UX design process and usability testing, and continue in that way. And those reports become more and more helpful as we go through the UX design process of improving products and services. So the whole process itself works hand in hand. And don't forget to download my UXR guide for free, the PDF book, and that should help you as well. And don't forget to subscribe, please, and share and follow the whole series so we can get you to become a great UX designer or UX experience researcher. Thank you, guys.